took office shortly after he and his
Giga
wife
Chad.
witnessed the violent death of their 11-year-old son. A trauma.
All right, we are back again. American presidents, a complete timeline.
As America prepares to elect its 45th president.
Oh, this was made in the past. Where America's on like what?
This is
the
Epic History TV's guide to the first
president,
44 presidents. George Washington, hero of the Revolutionary War, and
famous George Washington, and a traitor. He traitor. He's a traitor. Like seriously, like sure, he's a founding father. You know, but he's still a traitor. He's still like he should have been hanged.
Obviously, by the Electoral College, he steered America on a course of neutrality and stepped down after 2 terms.
No, it's funny to me how George Washington literally said, hey, don't get a 2-party system, and America still got the 2-party system. And not only that, but in my country, Barbados, George Washington actually has a house down there. The house is still there. It's called the George Washington House. It's very cool because Barbados was the only place that George Washington went to, literally, like in his whole life. He never went anywhere else. This was before he obviously became a traitor and betrayed the British, obviously. And Barbados was just a British colony back then. But yeah, it's very interesting. It's very, very, very interesting. So if you ever go to Barbados, you should go check out the George Washington House. I know it's a tourist destination. Let's continue.
John Adams, lawyer, diplomat, and intellectual. He'd been one of the leading voices in the call for American independence. He avoided all-out war with France, was the first president to live in the White House, and the first to lose an election. Thomas
So he's
Jefferson,
also a traitor. Interesting.
Author of the Declaration of Independence.
Another traitor.
He was a fierce defender of individual liberty, though, like several early presidents,
what is your definition of liberty? Yeah, you see, this is my point.
And strong central government,
like
doubled America's size by.
Bro, what the heck, dude? Oh my gosh, I swear these guys are like the epitome of hypocrisy. That's like America in a nutshell. America's like the definition of hypocrisy.
800,000 square miles of territory from France. James Madison. At 5'4",
I didn't even know that he was the 4th president.
But
really?
A towering figure in the fight to pass the U.S. Constitution and Bill of Rights.
I didn't even know that he was
he was forced to fight another war against Great Britain to uphold America's rights at sea.
Oh wow. That's actually, I didn't know that.
The last president who was also a founding father. He warned Europe not to meddle
I've never heard of this guy.
While promising the U.S. would not interfere in Europe's affairs.
Oh, okay, yeah, I've heard of the Monroe Doctrine, but I didn't know that the guy who did the Monroe Doctrine was a president of the U.S.
To restrict slavery to existing slave states and new territories south of the Missouri Compromise line.
Oh, beast. Someone who actually cares about any slavery.
He also supported the colonization of Liberia by free African Americans, which is why its capital, Monrovia, is named after him.
What?
John Quincy Adams.
Bro. I just learned something new today.
Son of John Adams.
Actually, I'm learning a lot of new things.
A brilliant diplomat who prioritized economic development.
I've also heard of this guy, but
most of America's national debt.
Wow, that's actually impressive.
Andrew Jackson. A no-nonsense soldier, hero of the War of 1812.
The infamous Andrew Jackson. I know a lot about this guy.
Once wounded in a duel, his authoritarian style caused his opponents, the Whigs, to brand him a dictator. He began a policy of forced relocation of Native American tribes to west of the Mississippi River.
Yeah, this is really sad. Really sad.
The first president born.
But he was still a very intriguing figure, but yeah, the way how he treated the Native Americans, very sad.
In an independent United States. Son of an innkeeper, he spoke Dutch at home.
All right.
His presidency was dominated by America's first major financial crash.
I've never heard of this.
He
I've
served
never
one
heard of
term,
this guy.
Then lost 3 subsequent bids for re-election. William Henry Harrison.
I know that picture.
Who spent most of his career
I know this picture, but I don't know this guy. I've seen this picture before.
fighting Native Americans. He gave the longest inaugural speech in history, but served the shortest time in office. 30 days after his speech, he died of pneumonia. The first president
that
to
was
die
him.
in office.
That was him.
John Tyler, the first vice president to become president following the death of his predecessor. Expelled from his own party, the Whigs, for vetoing their bills, which he believed to contravene states' rights. James K. Polk,
States'
a
rights.
firm believer in westward expansion,
States' rights.
he signed the law
Okay.
admitting Texas to the Union and provoked a war with Mexico, resulting in the acquisition.
Whoa. Pause a minute. Pause 1 minute. This was the guy who fought the Mexican-American War? I know so much about the Mexican-American War. I never heard that this guy was president. Dude, holy crap. I just realized how, like, ignorant I am about U.S. U.S. presidents. That is crazy. What? I'm actually baffled. I mean, 40, like almost 50 presidents is still a lot, but I knew about the Mexican-American War, and I didn't even know that this guy was president. What the heck,
Of
man?
500,000 square miles
I feel
of
so
North America,
stupid right
including
now.
California, Nevada, and Utah. He also negotiated the division of Oregon with the British.
Bloody hell.
Zachary Taylor, career soldier, hero of the Mexican War, had never voted before.
I've also
and held
never heard
no
of this
firm
guy.
Political beliefs. With tensions rising between slave-owning and free states, he threatened to hang Southern secessionists, but died suddenly of a stomach illness.
Based. Love it.
Millard Fillmore, born in a log cabin, the last Whig president. He supported an uneasy compromise between free and slave states, which was to prove short-lived. Franklin
So many
Pierce
presidents.
took office shortly after he and his
Giga
wife
Chad.
witnessed the violent death of their 11-year-old son.
Oh,
A trauma.
dude. An 11-year-old. Oh no, that's so sad, dude. I hate when this stuff. Like, I don't expect this stuff, man. Like, every time I hear this, like, stuff, and they just bring it upon you that, oh yeah, this person had a child that had a brutal death. I'm like, whoa. That was so out of nowhere. And the music doesn't even fit with that. So you wouldn't even, like, expect to, like, hear something like that. Oh my gosh, bro. That was very unexpected. Holy hell.
That likely left them both suffering from depression.
I could
hastened
only
the slide
imagine.
towards civil war by allowing brutal violence to engulf Kansas.
My man
where
was too
pro
busy
and
being
anti-slavery
depressed.
settlers fought for control of the territory.
I know about this. I didn't know he was president during then.
Buchanan. His attempts to mediate between northern free states and southern slave states failed abjectly, leading the Democratic Party to split and the southern states to leave the Union.
Wait a minute. I thought when the southern states started to leave the Union that Abraham Lincoln, him coming up, was president. So wait, am I getting this wrong or am I misinterpreting this? I thought that so he was the one who started the whole southern secessionist, like, caused it, basically. Is that what I'm getting at, or am I misinterpreting that? Man, hold on, I'm actually learning a lot.
Abraham Lincoln,
This is why I like reacting to this type of stuff.
America's first Republican president. He led the North to victory in the Civil War and freed all southern slaves by executive order.
Wrong. Not all. Not all. The slave states that stayed in the Union, like Missouri, it kept its slaves. So no, that's a misconception. I know that this video is quite old, but you know.
He was the first president to be assassinated, shot and killed by John Wilkes Booth at Ford's Theater in
He
Washington,
was
D.C.
first for a lot of things.
Andrew Johnson, a Southerner born into poverty. He sided with the Union during the Civil War. But after the war, he blocked Congress's attempts to impose reforms on the South. This led to his impeachment, though he was acquitted in the Senate by 1 vote.
Bro, are you kidding me? Why is it that every time I learn something about history, like, there's always like that 1 vote? Like, for example, the Louis the 18th, the King of France, who got guillotined, got decapitated. Bro, the fact that 1 vote caused him to be sent to the gallows, bruh, the guillotine, bruh. Like, is it just me, or like there's always that, oh yes, this was about to happen, but it was barely this close, by this close of a margin? Is that just me? Like, I can't be the only one who like noticed this stuff. I can't be. Am I the only one? Like, please, like, if you notice this stuff too, because I don't know, all I like to do is watch a lot of like history, and you know, whenever I can't read a lot of history, this is why I started this YouTube channel, because I was just like, all right, let me just react to this stuff, you know, that I always watch, you know, like, but I can't be the only one, you know. But let's continue.
Ulysses S. Grant,
love this guy.
Union hero of the Civil War.
Brutal death.
He used the military to enforce reconstruction of former slave states and protect those targeted by white supremacist violence in the South.
One of the best presidents, hands down.
His presidency also saw war against Native Americans
good general,
in the Great Plains.
Good president. This guy, the GOAT.
Rutherford.
He died of throat cancer. My granddad died of throat cancer, but I wasn't born. According to my mother, my granddad died of throat cancer fairly young, around like 50 years old or something like that. And that's what Ulysses S. Grant died of. In fact, I was actually watching a video about the last words of was it American presidents, or was it his? I think it was the last words of like historical figures, and they said that the last words of Grant was, "I need water," or it was just, "Give me water," right? Something like that, which is terrible, dude, because throat cancer, oh my gosh, dude, freaking throat cancer, bloody hell.
P. Hayes won the most disputed, corrupt, and violent presidential election in U.S. history.
I've never heard of this.
He sought to heal the wounds left by the Civil War and Reconstruction, but by withdrawing federal troops from the South, allowed white supremacists to regain power.
Oh, ew.
James
terrible
A.
president.
Took
Disgusting.
on corruption in the Senate and civil service with some success, but was shot by an embittered lawyer just 4 months into his first term and died of his wounds.
Oh, bruh. I should not be laughing at that. Why is that funny to me? That's so sad, but oh, dude, I think it's funny to me because like he just became president and he just basically instantly died.
Chester Arthur, son of an Irish Baptist preacher. Against expectation, he proved above political faction and continued Garfield's work of reforming government bureaucracy.
I need to learn more details about these presidents.
The first Democrat president since the Civil War, and the only president to serve 2 non-consecutive terms. He used the presidential veto with gusto, blocking measures he thought were beyond the remit of federal government, even pensions for Civil War veterans and subsidies for destitute farmers.
Sounds
for part 2 of U.S. presidents.
Sounds
where we continue with America's 23rd president.
We're only at 23.
Bridgman Images are the leading supplier.
Very interesting video. I just realized that there's a lot to U.S. history that I don't know. Oh man, I actually thought that I knew a lot about U.S. history, but it turns out that I don't. I feel so stupid. You have no idea. Like, this video made me feel so dumb. Man, make sure to check out these other videos that are appearing on your screen. Like the video. Okay, you made it all the way here. That means that you like my content. So check out my other videos on my channel. You know, if you like history, subscribe, man. Join the club. Join the club. You know what I mean? But, yeah, man. YouTube finally on shadow ban my YouTube channel, which is great. And, you know, I want my channel to, like, stay on the algorithm, you know, so that I can attract as many people like y'all as possible. So yeah, man, liking the video takes 1 second. It doesn't hurt. You know what I mean? I'm definitely gonna be posting an update video on my situation, like maybe tomorrow or something like that. I don't really know, but definitely will be posting an update video on something like that. So make sure to stay tuned.